Speaking of getting heated so far, 15 Democratic Congresspeople in districts that you know who's won say that they are going to vote yes on impeachment. And it was met with mixed reviews when Michigan Rep. Elissa Slotkin made her case. Take a look.
I hope you believe me when I tell you that I made this decision out of principle and out of a duty to protect and defend the Constitution. I feel that in my bones, and I will stick to that regardless of what it does to me politically.
Right. So, you know, if you're in a district where people don't really see what you see, should you be afraid to lose the seat, or should you vote with your conscience?
It seems like on the Republican side, no one is standing up to Trump, as far as I can see, unless I'm wrong. The ones who quit, they leave or they retire, but there is not one Republican who's
Chuck Grassley. He's the only one that I remember saying this is really bad.
Right. But we'll see how he votes.
Well, and Will Hurd said it was really bad. He said, you know, he's not running again.
But they're not voting against it. They're voting against impeachment.
Go ahead.
Right. But this girl, this lady, Slotkin, she served in Iraq. So losing your life is harder than losing your job to her. So she is a brave person, and she's out there. And Anthony Brandisi, Chrissy Houlihan, Joe Cunningham, Ben McAdams, Jason Crow, Andy Kim, Abigail Spanberger, all Democrats in red districts are all voting for impeachment. They're brave. They're brave because they're doing the right thing.
And a lot of them are moderates. And we talk so much about this time, and I hear this a lot because I'm a moderate. And they say this is not a time to be a moderate. You've got to pick a side. You've got to be one extreme. You've got to be the other extreme. And I actually would argue the opposite. And today's a perfect example of that, because it's these people that you should be listening to. When I think about a Mitch McConnell or an Adam Schiff, they're focused, and their only focus is to win seats. Is to stay in whatever power they're in.
I have to differ with you on Schiff.
That is
I don't think that's Adam Schiff at all.
Part of their job.
I've been listening to him for months. The man is concerned about the Constitution. Mitch McConnell is not. It's as obvious as that.
Their job, though, is to keep their seats. Their job is to do what they think they need to do to keep their party in power. I'm just saying, I'm talking about the folks today, because I do think they don't need to be booed, and that's what happened in the clip that you just showed, because what they're doing is speaking with their gut. They're speaking with their heart. They're speaking on what they believe to be right, even if that means they lose their seat. And I think we need more of that today.
That's supposed to be the job, right? Especially when you're talking about impeachment. You're supposed to be, you're supposed to follow the Constitution. And I don't think, I agree with Joe in the sense that...
Not everyone sees the Constitution as impeachment. Will Hurd is a great example.
But impeachment is outlined in the Constitution.
It's how you want to interpret it.
It's supposed to be it's a constitutional remedy. I mean, that's what it's for. And when you look at what the Republicans are doing, in my view, they're sort of all voting in lockstep. You have Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham that are saying, I've made my mind up already. And I think those folks, like Slotkin, who are saying, I'm voting with the Constitution, I'm voting my conscience, I think that is to be applauded. There was a New York op-ed that came out this morning, written by 4 Republicans, and I thought it was fascinating because they say the president and his enablers have replaced conservatism with an empty faith led by a bogus prophet. And they're imploring...
Which Republicans?
The Republicans are Steve Schmidt, I think he worked on your father's campaign. John Weaver,
that's a very touchy subject. We're trying to have a good day
John
today.
Weaver, who worked on... John Weaver also worked on your father's campaign and your father's campaign.
They were notoriously fired from both of our dad's campaigns.
George Conway.
Okay, but just... You know what, guys? Wait. See, this is part of the problem. There's part of the problem. Because if we say...
Well, there's a lot of history.
Let me say this, because one of the things that I think everybody has to do is you have to let folks say, these are the people who are standing up and saying something.
Yes.
And instead of... Because we don't know the ins and outs of what went on in the campaigns that you guys...
There's a deeper story there, and
can I finish what I was saying?
Their intentions may not be the right intentions.
But can I finish what I was saying?
But for her, she needs to get it out, and then we can start to talk about it.
So what I thought was very interesting, what they were saying, was that they are calling on, they're saying that some of the congressional Republicans have really embraced and copied Mr. Trump's cruelty and defended and even adopted his corruption. And they're hoping, they're not optimistic, that some of those Republicans charged with sitting as jurors in a likely Senate impeachment trial will rise to the occasion. And that is actually my hope, that they rise to the occasion of the Constitution and do the right thing. And I'm not seeing that, at least on the Republican side.
No.
When you have someone like Lindsey Graham that's saying, I'm not going to be fair and impartial.
They won't
I've
even
made
let
my
the
decision
witnesses
already.
come and testify.